Okay, we have all seen vampire movies like Twilight, but absolutely nothing compares to the real Bram Stoker's Dracula, right? So from the big screen to the stage, it's a character that has kept audiences on the edge of their seat for years. And you can see Dracula at Playhouse in the Park this weekend. We have two of the cast members joining us. We have Ashley Williams, who plays Lucy, and Jeff Busby, who plays Dracula. And Jeff, those teeth. Even brought the teeth. He has the teeth in for you. What's it like having those teeth in, and when do you get to take them out?
It's kind of like wearing one of those little invisible braces deals. Like, it's just a plastic retainer with the teeth built in. It's not painful or abrasive or anything. It's just really easy to get on. It's a little bulky at first, but I wore them for like a day straight just to get used to them. So.
I have a pair too. It's a perk of cast membership.
Oh, yeah.
You get your Dracula fame.
Oh, yes.
That's all
the best
part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, as I mentioned, this is based on Bram Stoker novel. I mean, this dates back to the late 1800s, and I mean, this is what he really introduced us to Dracula, because Count Dracula, that's how we all know Dracula, you know, the big cape and the bat and that kind of thing. Halloween, most of us like to be scared, but of course this is, you know, Dracula's scary. How scary is your adaptation of Dracula? Is this something for the kids?
I wouldn't say it's something for the young kids.
Okay.
The suggested audience is sort of teen plus, like high school age plus. But I think it's got, you have your sort of traditional Halloween scares, but it also has a great plot with lots of great characters, costumes. The production's fantastic. The music is beautiful. It's
a classic.
Yeah.
It truly is. And an awesome book. Again, you can see this at Playhouse in the Park. So for someone who may not have read Dracula, may not have ever seen the real Dracula, let's talk about how this starts. The story is told through a series of letters.
Correct.
So how do we get into it?
Well, that's something that this adaptation of the story is great at. Is although the original novel was told as diary entries, the way that this plot moves, it's very much action-based. It keeps you in the moment all the time, and there's always something happening. So it's hard to get bored, I would say.
Okay, so the first person to meet Count Dracula, Jonathan Harker, and so that's how we're kind of introduced to Count Dracula, and we go into the castle. Tell us about that meeting.
Well, Jonathan Harker is like a young member of a real estate firm. He goes to my castle in Transylvania to try and sell me some property in England. Decides he's going to stay behind, help me out, to make sure the deal gets sold. Winds up bumping into some former brides of mine, and They keep him around for a little while, so it's kind of uncertain what I do with him, but basically I set him aside and take my little trip to London and bite her.
I like the way you kept that very lighthearted. I mean, yeah, he decided to stay around for a while, met some brides.
No reason.
So you guys do meet. Tell us about your meeting with Lucy, or Lucy, tell us about your meeting with Dracula.
Well, I don't want to say I'm the first girl that he meets after getting off the ship, but, you know, Lucy is a character who everybody is in love with, so why wouldn't Dracula find me irresistible?
Absolutely. And you are, though, one of the first to fall under Dracula's spell. So what is it about you that makes Dracula so attracted to you and you to him?
I think in another life we would have been soulmates. We're both adventurous, we're willing to try new things. I mean, he happens to be immortal and lives off of the blood of innocent people, but
right.
You know, modern girls got to do what a modern girl's got to do.
Like you said, another life. Another life.
Exactly. It might have worked out better.
So you kind of see where this is going if you haven't seen this before. It gets even more interesting, of course. More characters come into it, and we don't want to give away the ending, but you'll have some love, some scares, some things that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Very appropriate for Halloween, and you can see it Playhouse in the Park. Now, shows are this weekend and next weekend, and tickets, there you go, available. You can see the prices, and we're going to have all of this information on fox10tv.com on the Studio 10 page. Again, Playhouse in the Park. You guys are in Langham Park. Very easy to find.
It is. Centrally located for all audiences.
Next to the police station. There you go, in case Dracula gets a little too rowdy. Okay. Again, all of that is on fox10tv.com.